There are 4 points we need to discuss, and let us go through these 4 points quickly. First is to have a steady and balanced expansion. For a student, this is also very useful to understand the meaning of this. When you are steady, then you are stable. That means you don't fall over easily. You don't get prone to influence. Right now, let's say the world is going through an earthquake. Corona infection is spreading and people are suffering. They are worried. But for a strong and steady person, you will not be shaken.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank God for giving all of us such a good result. And then secondly, I would like to thank all my teachers and my parents who have guided me always, and because of them only I have received.
Who knows, in future there might be even worse things that could happen. Actually, worse things have happened in the past with the World War. And the next thing is to have a balance. Balance is another way of saying you are still, you don't fall over. You are not in imbalance. So in this case, you are maintaining a certain standard. And expansion means to grow. Now, so far, some of you are in 9, some of you are in 10. You have come up steadily over the years. I don't think you have repeated or failed any class so far. And so you need to keep it that way. You need to keep growing. You have reached 9 or 10, you will surely go up to 11, 12, and then up to university, and then maybe beyond that. You have to keep on growing. The more you study, the better you become, the more knowledgeable you become. Knowledge is definitely power, as we know in this current situation the world is facing it. Next is to have economic stability. This is the whole point of studying, and you cannot be dependent on your parents forever, and you need to work towards that stability. The next point is to have a higher standard of living. Higher standard of living doesn't simply mean your income. It means your health standards. It means your education standards. So all these are possible only when incomes are high or when governments are able to spend more on these basic things. This will come to the forefront in any crisis. Manipur is actually one of the backward states. So in a crisis, we will be really tested. So this will directly translate to a future stability. So when governments and nations cooperate among each other, there is always a better outcome for everyone. Now the opposite is selfishness. Yes, it will be rich for some time, but in the end, everyone will start avoiding. And then what is the point of those riches? Let me just show you pictures of devastation during war. This whole unit talks about how the world was nearly destroyed during the World War. This is a picture of a town called Dresden. The picture on the left is before the war. The picture on the right is after the war. You can see the same place, buildings completely destroyed. Why I'm showing you this is look at the picture of Dresden today now. This shows the determination of the people, how they could get it back. Perhaps the best example is Hiroshima. Now this is Hiroshima today. In a war, in any crisis, right now the whole world is going through a crisis, but is it a war? Are buildings destroyed? Has any atomic bomb dropped? No. So as we are down right now and things are looking bad, humanity has a tendency that we will always rebuild. Most of the time they tend to rebuild it on a better scale. So this is also a chance for you to make yourself a better person, a better student. And I hope you take this opportunity.